Hi, I'm Steve with Make Your Own Gold Bars and K&M Krushers, and this is an instructional video on how to help you, show you how to mount the motor on the back of your gas rock crusher. As you can see, both from the back side are the same. They look a little different, but the mounting brackets in relationship to the shaft is the same. So it's the same for either or. I'm going to show you on this 14-inch how to mount this Carroll Stream motor, and I hope this helps you out. This is what the crusher looks like when it ships off to you. All bubble wrapped, mounted on a piece of plywood. Okay, this is what the back of the crushers look like before you put the motors on them. This is what your motor's going to look like when it arrives to you in a box. Of course, you open it up. The crushers themselves will be mounted on a piece of plywood and come with a hardware bag. With your crusher, you get a hardware bag. Come and look like this. Inside you have your pulley that goes to the motor, which is the small one. You have your pulley, the large one, that goes to the crusher. You want to put these on with this side going towards the body of the machine, and it has a keyway that you line up which is inside the hardware bag, which has an extra screen, knobs for the front. We'll give you two keyways. One typically comes with the motor, but I send two just in case. So we want to put the keyway on here. Slip this on, the main body towards the body of the crusher. Push the keyway in there. I'm going to get it so it's just a little past the shaft right there. Then the small one, keyway's already in this motor. You put it on with this part, with the Allen set screw towards the block of the motor, and your hardware bag comes with Allen wrenches to tighten all of this up. There we go. Put that on, and then snug them up a little bit. But not too tight, because you're probably going to have to adjust it. Okay, also in the hardware bag is the instructions. These two bolts are for pushing the motor tight to tighten up the belt. They're going to go right in here. Okay. And we have the four mounting bolts, lock nuts, washers for both sides going through the block of the motor. Now we're going to take and put the motor on to here, lining up the holes with the holes of the motor. The small pulley is going to be over here. We're going to put the belt on and then put in the bolts, and then we're going to tighten everything up, tighten down the bolts, and you're all done and ready to go. Okay. Motor up here, line up the holes. Both sides. The belt, which also comes in your hardware bag. Get it on there. pulled back, and then this is where we're going to Line up the pulleys a little better. Get it about where it's going to be. And then we'll get all the bolts in. Same on the underside. The locking nuts for underneath. Okay, I'll do the other side, then I'll spin it around to show you how we tighten it up. Okay, now we have the tension bolts in here, almost up to the block of the motor. You get these bolts close to being tight. Make sure that your belt is lined up, and then you want to add tension to tighten up the belt equally on both sides. The other nut that you get that is not a lock nut is for this, to lock that up once you've got it set. Keep an eye that you got the belt tight, everything straight. Then lock these down. Tighten up your 4 motor bolts. Then come back, tighten up your Allen wrench set screws to make sure they're good and tight. And now you're ready for oil. Don't ever forget, you got to put oil in. There's another oil tube on the other side. We also have a drain plug here and a drain plug on the other side. And this is for the Carroll Stream motor. The Kohler motors and the Honda motors are basically the same. Might look a little different, but they mount the same way and line up the same way in the same bolt pattern. I hope this helps you get your rock crusher put together correctly and go out and be very productive with it. Thanks again for making your purchase with K&M Krushers. Okay, one more thing is the zert fitting in the bearings. You need to grease your bearings every time you take it out, and then again, I would say every 4 hours, give it a little shot of grease. Both bearings, one here, one inside. On the 11-inch, they're both on the outside and the back. Turn this around, show you how I lined up the belts. And like I said, another spout here for the oil, another drain plug. This one's easier access. You see how the belt is good and tight, lined up, tight. Put a little Loctite on it if you want. If not, it's okay. Just get it good and tight. It's got little knurls on it that hold it tight. Again, thank you, and I hope this helped out.